I'm very embarrassed about not having it all put together and not knowing this. And I've been doing it for 7 years. Before, it just was data entry. And that's how I started out. I was just, my son-in-law was like, oh, I'm so behind on all my invoices. I got to get them into the system. I said, oh, I'm good at data entry. Got it in. And he goes, okay, well, do you think you can come back next week and do it? I'm like, okay, sure. And then it was one of those things where I didn't start out this way, but I grew into the position, and math is my worst subject. So I'm like, it was a challenge for me to do this and grasping accounting principles and then getting the mechanics right of it and then having to apply it into a software that I have no idea what I was doing or what I thought I was doing. And it was so wrong that we had like $18,000 in taxes that the company had to pay one year. And it literally knocked me down and I almost quit at that point. I thought, what am I doing here? And so I made it my mission from then on. I'm going to find the right fit for me to resolve those types of issues where that will never happen again. And I know what I'm doing and I'm confident, get that confidence because I've been searching for quite a while. I've been searching for about 2 years and finally, things happen when they're supposed to. So I found you on YouTube because that was my go-to. It's like I was searching and you do the Googling, you do all the search engines, and YouTube was a good resource for so many things. And so I found a few good ones, but I just couldn't get it with it. And then I had questions and I'm like, and then their approach and some things that they would say were off-putting. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like something, it's in my same belief systems of kindness is so relieving on our part that, here at the company that I'm not going to be messing these numbers up any further. I'm not going to fall in that deep hole and, have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to try and figure out what's wrong and then not really getting answers and, learning what mistakes I made. So, and you also teach that. And that's critical for me is to understand my mistake and correct it and then say, yeah, I'm better because of it now. Really feel like I'm clueless half the time. And then I come back to your training again. I'm like, I knew that. And I'm like, oh, I don't know that. So then I go back and I literally watch it a dozen times until it finally gets in. With all of the support y'all give and that the absolute lightheartedness too that we get to enjoy and experience with you creates when you have someone who, they're going through the same thing. So you don't feel so alone. And I know that everything, because of you and what you've taught us, is that everything's fixable. And it's all fixable. And there's always a way with every problem. There's always that solution. So, and it's getting that mindset. So that was critical in turning my perception of QuickBooks around. Because it ruled me and I haven't slept right in like almost 2 years. So it was finally good to have a restful night and not have that part of, any of my worries. So thank you for that. You realize you're going to make some connections here with people that it's going to go beyond the class, and it'd be nice, to, just see our journey going along the way and how we're all growing. Because I certainly have in just this short, what is it? Not even a month. We're about 4 weeks now. Are we into it? But yeah, it's a wonderful experience, and I will recommend this to anybody. So anybody who's needing help understanding that program, because QuickBooks is good, it's great and all, but if you don't have the framework, you don't have the basics, and then all those little complicated little dials and bits and pieces to it, yeah, it can get pretty hairy. If you're ever having any doubts and fears, stow it away, because this is the right path to knowledge and enlightenment that takes that weight off your shoulders that QuickBooks put on there, because the knowledge that you're going to gain, you're going to take with you the rest of your life, and that is priceless.